Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Sean Dyche has given his pre-match press conference ahead of Everton's game against Brentford at Goodison Park on Saturday. The Blues back in action at home in a game that Everton probably do need to win, really, don't they? Sean Dyche was asked for an injury update today. Obviously, everybody the Blues side, hoping to have players back in the squad who've been missing. This is what the manager had to say about those players.
Miko, illness, just making a decision on his strength coming out of illness, but trained today. Pato's played another game, but still getting that true match sharpness. Dom's around it again with us training, but still making a decision on when he's truly right to come back in. So that'll be as the next few days go on.
There you go. The manager obviously hoping for his squad to be stronger than it has been. You want those players back, Patterson. Obviously we saw Garner come back last week. James Garner didn't be on the bench. We need Dom back. Interesting one with Dom. This is what he had to say about whether he thought he would be available this weekend.
Just all the markers you can imagine. There's some statistical markers from his history. There's some training markers from his history as well, from his training regime before we got here. The week that he trained before he was injured. And then, of course, speaking to him as well. It's often the case when, especially as players get a little bit older, they start learning more about their bodies, and he will have done that. It's a tough run he's had on and off over the last couple of years, but you do learn more about your body. So speaking to him and making sure that he feels right about things, as well as the medical team.
Not this week.
Well, it's early yet. He's just got on the grass with us, but he's done a lot of rehab, and the stats and facts and the way he's feeling is good. So positive signs, that's for sure.
There you go. Interesting. Obviously, people will say, we need to forget about Dom, but quite simply, we can't. We need our striker back. We need someone who can get on the end of stuff in the middle. Damari Gray did a decent job last week as a forward, but Dom hopefully can get himself fit enough to take part in as many games as possible between now and the end of the season, and he could be the difference as to whether Everton stay up or not. So that's A, why journalists keep asking Sean Dyche about him, and B, why we keep saying on this channel we need them back as soon as possible. Got to have as many players who can contribute available between now and the end of the season. One player who is still not ready is Andros Townsend. There was he's been out now a year this month, hasn't he? Got injured at Crystal Palace last season, and there was talk he might even be back before the World Cup, and here we are 5 months later, still without seeing him. This is what Sean Dyche had to say about Andros Townsend's rehabilitation from his ACL injury.
Yeah, I didn't mention him in the injury list just because he's not close really yet, whereas the others coming back into the fold. But he's going along steadily. Obviously, he'd had a pretty serious knee injury and he'd had a couple of setbacks with it, but it seems to be calming now, and he seems to be in a better place with himself with it as well, because it gets very frustrating for players when you're out for a long time.
There you go. Sounds like we're going to have to wait a few weeks yet before Andros Townsend can possibly come in and contribute before the season ends. He's, of course, out of contract this summer, so it's not great for him. He would have liked to have been fit a few months ago to give himself an opportunity of getting a contract extension at least, but we'll have to see whether he makes it back at all before the end of the season. Sean Dyche was asked about whether or not Brentford is a must-win. It feels like we're going game, and we will do each week. He'll be asked, is this a must win? Because the longer Everton go without winning games, the stakes on the next game grow and grow. And this was his response when he was asked whether this weekend is in fact a must win in his eyes.
Look, every game, I've said it every week, and my mentality has always been every game's a must win. That's how you should play football, in my opinion. Every game, pre-season games, you should be thinking, I need to get myself in that winning feeling. I need to work hard to get into that winning mode. That's what I believe. Maybe because I was a limited footballer, so I had to have. No, I mean it sincerely. I was an okay footballer. I had to have that edge. I had to have it. I had to. I knew I did. So I played every game like that. That's what I thought got me right. So every game's or should be a big game, no matter what game you're playing in, because it just reaffirms the mentality constantly. And then it becomes normal. And when you got that, when that normality comes, where it's just ingrained in you, then that's a very helpful tool to have. So that's what I speak to the players about. But you have to earn it, of course. There's another team out there trying to stop you winning games. But every game should be, the feeling should be, and the prep should be. It's a big game. It's an important game.
I mean, a lot of what he said there is right. You're trying to win every single game, and every game should be a must-win. But it does feel like Saturday is a must-win for Everton. Games are running out, 12 to go. We have to get points on the board as soon as possible. Hopefully, Saturday will be the day. Today, Everton have been linked with a move for Roma forward Tammy Abraham. He has scored 6 goals in 25 games for Roma this season. He was linked with Everton before he went to Roma. Aston Villa also apparently interested in him. Everton would have to stay up first. Said this about some other strikers we've been linked to. And then, would we have the funds to get Tammy Abraham? I don't think we would. I think he'd be quite pricey, but he would be a perfect striker for Everton in terms of physique, his pace. He's done quite well over in Italy. But, like I say, Villa also interested. And he's playing currently at the time of recording for Roma. They're beating Real Sociedad 1-0 at the moment, and he set the goal up. So he is contributing to Jose Mourinho's side. And although I would love to see him come in at Everton this one, I think we need to file under massively hopeful just to be linked with him. And Everton have again today been linked with Lyon striker Moussa Dembele, the 26-year-old, is out of contract in the summer. Again, that one is a more doable transfer, I feel, than Tammy Abraham, simply because he's a free transfer. But again, like I've just said about Abraham, Everton would have to be in the Premier League to have any chance of even having a conversation with his advisors. So all of these are taken with a huge pinch of salt. That is it for the News Daily. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and if you want daily live videos, why not become a Toffee TV Premium member? The link is in the description and the QR code will be on the screen in a minute. See you later.